Can you please have a seat? We're just about ready to start. Okay, very good. All right, thank you. Welcome to the October 24th, 2013 meeting. Mrs. Arcisi, would you please call the roll for me?
Mr. Barker? Miss Darrell?
Here.
Mr. Engel?
Here.
Mr. Martin? Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Molnar?
Here.
All right, we're going to have Ken Martin lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Mike Miller's going to do our invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, please keep all our residents in your loving care. Continue to protect our dedicated city employees as they serve us around the clock each day. Please help the City Council perform at our best as we faithfully work for the residents of Macedonia. And Lord, please bestow a special blessing upon all Macedonia residents who have lost loved ones this year and are currently dealing with any health issues. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Now, do we have any changes to the minutes? If not, do I have a motion to accept?
So made.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, moving on to a financial report. Do we have a motion to acknowledge receipt?
Make a motion to acknowledge receipt of the September 30th financial report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we have a lot of nice things happening tonight, folks. And one of the first, just like in any life cycle, life's always a cycle. We have some people that are going out, and we have some people that are coming in tonight. And one of those people going out and is a 35-year member of the Macedonia Fire Department. So Paula Fowles, would you meet me and Chief Tim Black right up here at the front? How you doing? Did we surprise you? All right, what we have for you tonight, Paula, is a letter of recognition. Whereas today we honor Paula Fowles on 35 years of service with the fire department, during which she showed strength, endurance, courage, and selfless concerns for the city of Macedonia. Paula was always ready and willing to respond to fires and other emergency situations at a moment's notice. And whereas Paula has served in the capacities of one of the first female firefighters in the city of Macedonia, a member of the critical incident management team serving firefighters and policemen in crisis areas, and a CPR instructor and first aid instructor. And whereas Paula has worked with the special needs children at Camp Cheerful, involved with fire explorers, safety town training, fair program, and many other outreach programs the fire department offers that will last for years to come. And we are grateful for her dedication and service. And whereas we extend to Paula and her family our best wishes, and may she long enjoy her health and retirement. Now therefore, in recognition of Paula's dedication and excellent record she has compiled during her 35 years of service, I deem it an honor and a privilege to present this certificate of recognition and outstanding service to this community. Long-winded.
Good, you stole some of my thunder. You know, in 1978, I was not at the fire department at that time. Paula came in. 2 girls came into the fire department in 1978. Unheard of. They, up to that time, we were called what, Mr. Miller?
Fireman.
Firemen. So 2 girls walking in the fire station. Paula happened to be one of them, and Paula was hired, and she was the first female firefighter in Summit County. She actually reported to our fire chief at that time, Carl Stewart, who, another cutting edge, was the first black fire chief in Summit County. Was our fire chief from mid-60s all the way up till 1989. So we had the first 2 females, and Carl was here. And she came in, and she was here, worked as an RN, and worked with children. She was our educator here for a very long time, and she still did that. Probably the best thing that Paula did was she always fit in. Paula always, if it was a round hole, she fit in. If it was square, she fit. She always found something to do every time we were out, whether it was bringing up Gatorade to the fire scene. She was always busy. We never told her what to do. When I came on in 1983, she was basically the mother of the fire department.
There you
The way she treated. And then when the next generation came in, they started calling her grandma, behind her back. But you always knew that if you did something wrong, if you said the wrong word, grandma was always there to smack you. So she really kept everybody in line. It's going to be very strange. It was very strange for me when we were looking at a retirement present, because normally axes, stuff like that. And I said, geez, Paula, what would you like? And she said, I want jewelry. I was like, jewelry? So we have a handmade leather fire helmet we're going to present to Paula tonight. And while we search for jewelry for her, because that is uncommon. That's
jewelry.
Man jewelry, yes. This is a traditional handmade leather fire helmet that we would like to present Paula for her 35 years of service. Now, she's not leaving. She's still going to help us teach CPR and teach a lot of our educational programs, simply because she has such a knowledge in the fire service. So I'd like to present her.
All right.
One more presentation. There is one person that's on the department that has more time than Paula, and that is Ed Marak. Has something to do with the Firefighters Association. He started 2 weeks before Paula.
Okay. Hi, old timer.
Hi, Paula, this is from the association. I want to wish you well and good luck, Grandma. All right.
Thank you.
And that's one of the reasons why we have a renowned safety forces here in Macedonia, because of people like that.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we go outside of our numbered ordinance sequence, and that we move to ordinance number 103-2013, and thereafter through ordinance number 107-2013 for the purpose of, first of all, honoring our guests, honoring those who will be hired by the city of Macedonia this evening, and for the convenience of council.
I have a motion, I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's a great idea. So what we're gonna do is, after public comments, when we get into legislation, we'll start with the legislation that affects the people who are coming on to our family, and you can help us by introducing your family when we go through the legislation. So next on the agenda is public comments. In order to make public comments, you need to sign our sign-in sheet, and we ask you to state your name, your address, and try and limit your comments to 5 minutes. And this evening, we're going to start with Mark Farley. Mark? There it is. Want to come up to the mic, please?
Mayor, can I bring that Sue Metzel with me?
Sure,
We're talking about
absolutely.
success. My name is Mark Farley. I live at 1237 Atterbury Drive, Macedonia. I also am a member of the Board of Zoning Appeals for the City of Macedonia. And we would like to make a few comments on ordinance number 99. I've been on the board for 10 plus years. I stopped counting at 10. So we've fought to keep the zoning codes consistent in Macedonia. We try to represent the majority of the Macedonians in what we do. We're just standard residents like everybody else in the audience. We feel that this ordinance 99 is going to detract tremendously on the work we've done. We actually don't see any good in it at all. Therefore, we would like to just make the comment that we would like that ordinance to be considered not doable and maybe even pulled.
Sue?
Yes, Sue Metzel, Board of Zoning Appeals, and I live on Smoke Rise Drive. In addition to what Mark said, we had carefully and thoughtfully considered our zoning on this issue, and it appears as though that we did all that for nothing if an individual is allowed to override what we as a board have decided. So we just think that it's sort of making a big exception to a rule that protects all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, next on the list is Lou Townsend. Lou?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Mayor, I wanted to talk about this left turn thing we've been talking about that's been in the paper. It's been a great concern of mine because, you know, the situation as it looks like is that you're out here trying to maintain a no left turn at that particular area under the bridge, while in reality it's much more than that. Number one, the left turn lane into the commons has been extended. And this is a great thing as far as the businesses are concerned. Number two, while it's caused some inconvenience, I don't think anybody's thought about the effect this is going to have when this casino opens. It's an ongoing concern of mine about that traffic situation. This casino is advertising all over the state, and buses are going to be coming here. Lots of buses. Traffic study doesn't consider bus traffic. And if you can imagine a bus coming down from 480 down 82 and going through that intersection and somebody trying to turn in front of it, what that's going to mean. This is something that's been talked about. I mean, you know, I got to give it to you. You put it out there to correct it to start with, but as far as I see, I don't see any support coming from council. Now, just imagine that this is going to, they're talking about now in November 1st taking that down. Not only will people in this community not know what the heck to do, think about people coming from out of town right at Christmas time when this casino opens, not knowing where to turn, where to go, anything else. All that signage is down. I think that we should get together, number one, as a council, with a resolution saying that has to stay there at least for 90 days until the first of the year. With Christmas traffic, on top of that, going into the commons, and you eliminate that extended left turn lane, it's going to be horrible. And why wait around until it happens? I give Mr. Diemert credit. Again, he's been pushing on it, but I think it shouldn't even be a question of that thing opening back up November 1st. That's just a couple weeks away. You got Christmas coming, you got all this traffic coming, and it's ridiculous. Now, number two, the city of Northfield gets $1 million a year just to do about 1.5 miles of Route 8. They got new traffic signals there, everything else. Macedonia doesn't get a dime. People don't realize, they think that somehow we're getting money from that. We don't get anything. We don't get anything except the traffic problems. And this is going to be an ongoing thing. I think we need to talk to our legislatures. There's a board, a gaming board, that gives that $1 million a year to Northfield. So why can't we have some of that money to redo our traffic system? It's going to be an ongoing problem. Nobody thinks about it, but they're advertising in Toledo, they're advertising in Pittsburgh, they're advertising in Columbus, and these are all buses. They're not just ordinary cars, but everybody seems to think, oh, well, you know, we'll just open up that left turn. So I just wanted to comment about that, Mayor, and thank you for your efforts on that. Thanks.
All right, moving on. We're going to go into pending and/or new legislation. And as promised, we're going to jump right to ordinance number 103-2013.
Mayor, I'd like to offer ordinance number 103, 2013 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And what's your pleasure?
Oh.
I'm sorry, you didn't read it yet.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
just
got
couldn't
to
get my
read.
glasses on.
Go ahead.
An ordinance confirming the appointment by the mayor of Dan DeCrane to the position of full-time police officer.
I'm so excited, I couldn't even wait for her to do that. All right. And what's your pleasure?
I move that we pass and post ordinance number 103, 2013, according to law.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Darrow?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Mulner?
Yes.
It looks like ordinance number 103, 2013 passes. Dan, how would you like to? Oh, Dan, okay. See, I'm learning. Come on up front here a little bit and tell us a little bit about yourself. Why don't you go over there to the microphone, Dan?
Sure.
And you don't have to speak for 10 minutes. I was just kidding.
Evening, everyone. My name is Dan DeCrane. I have been a patrolman in the nearby community of Sagamore Hills for the last 4 years. Currently served there full-time for 1.5 years. With me tonight, I have quite a bit of my family. Starting at the fourth row there, that's my mother-in-law, Paula. Next to that is my beautiful wife, Rebecca.
Raise some hands so we can
There
see.
we go.
There you
Okay.
go.
Next to her is my father. His name is Ron. And the next two gentlemen over there are my buddies, Lenny and Phil. Also in the back of the room, I'd like to say a special thank you to Detective Mayavitz with the Sagamore Hills Police Department for supporting me here tonight. I appreciate you coming out for that.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And,
sir.
and good luck to you, and welcome to our family.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Next, we're going to go to ordinance number 104, 2013.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to offer ordinance number 104, 2013 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance confirming the appointment by the mayor of Jordan Petchy to the position of full-time police officer.
And what's your pleasure?
Move that we pass ordinance number 104, 2013.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Darrow?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Mulner?
Yes.
Ordinance number 104, 2013 passes. And Jordan, you want to come up to the microphone and talk about us? Talk to us a little bit about yourself. Not about us, about yourself.
My name is Jordan Pesci. Grew up right here in Sagamore Hills. Graduated Nordonia High School 2006. I'd like to thank the mayor and the council for giving me this opportunity to serve everybody in the community. Brought a little bit of my family. Starting here at the end is my dad, Jeff, my Aunt Kathy, my best friend Ashley, my Aunt Carol, my mom Barb, my brother Brian, my sister-in-law Erin, it's my nephew Ryan, and my Uncle Tom over there in the back, Walton Hills police officer. And just want to thank you guys again for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We're very lucky to get people of your caliber. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to mention one thing. Jordan, I coached you in basketball for a year on a CYO team.
I remember.
You were a very good basketball player. You were a very good team player. And now that you're a policeman, did I give you enough playing time? You felt comfortable?
We'll find out.
Thank you, Jordan.
You know, I don't know if people realize that to be a policeman in Macedonia is an extensive thing. You just don't say, raise your hand and say, hey, I'd like to be a policeman. You have to be tested in all different kinds of ways, not only for your mental capabilities, but also your physical capabilities. And out of that test, we take the cream of the crop, the people that are at the top. So you're looking at some real fine examples of young men in our country today that are willing to do what's right for their community. We have one or two more left. So let's go to ordinance number 105.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to offer ordinance number 105, 2013 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance confirming the appointment by the mayor of Emily Roxbury to the position of part-time dispatcher.
And what's your pleasure?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we pass and post ordinance number 105, 2013 according to law.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Darrow?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Molnar?
Yes.
Ordinance number 105, 2013 passes. Emily, there you are. Come on down and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm Emily Roxbury. You probably have seen me. I'm the person that says hi to you when you walk into Best Buy, so you'll still see me there. I just want to thank everyone for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone.
Very good. And we're looking forward to working with you. Do you have any of your relatives with you tonight?
No, not tonight.
Okay. Dispatching is one of the toughest jobs I know, and it takes special people to do that. Because you got to be able to do 10 things at once. You can't even do 2 things at once. So thank you for applying. Thank you for coming here because you're the cream of the crop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is ordinance number 106, 2013.
I'd like to offer ordinance 106, 2013 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance confirming the appointment by the mayor of Joseph B. Varga to the position of part-time firefighter.
And what's your pleasure?
I move that we pass and post according to law ordinance 106, 2013.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Darrow?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Molnar?
Yes.
Ordinance number 106, 2013 passes. Joseph, you want to come up to the front, please?
Hi, I'm Joseph Varga. I've been in the fire service for about 8 years, since 2005. Became a medic for 2 years. Been looking forward to getting on Macedonia for years. I worked alongside with everybody here for the last 6 years on Boston Heights. A lot of these guys helped push me through my career and push me through medic school. Here with a handful of everybody, my wife, Rebecca, my son, Jackson, who everyone's heard so far. My sister, Jennifer, my dad, who's also a police chief down in Peninsula, ex-police chief in Boston Heights, my in-laws, my father-in-law, Ron, my mother-in-law, Joy, and Mama. Thank you for this chance. I look forward to working with everybody.
Very, very good. Again, cream of the crop. All right, let's move on to ordinance number 107, 2013.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to offer ordinance 107, 2013 for a first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance confirming the appointment by the mayor of David Spraggins to the position of part-time firefighter.
And what's your pleasure?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we pass and post ordinance 107, 2013 according to law.
Second.
Roll call?
Ms. Darrow?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Mulner?
Yes.
Ordinance number 107, 2013 passes. David, come on down here and talk to us a little bit.
Hello, David Spraggins. I just like to say I'm proud to be a second generation Macedonian firefighter. People don't know the Spraggins family. My father was 20-some years on Macedonia. My mother's 20-some years on council. Just glad to be here and serve the city of Macedonia. I'm here with my father, Larry Spraggins. Put your hand up, big guy.
Yes.
There it is. My sister, Lisa Spraggins. Put your hand up, sis. There it is.
There she is.
And then my mother in the back there. So just want to say thank you for the opportunity, and I'm can't wait to serve the community of Macedonia.
Well, thank you for coming here. Usually about this time, we like to take our new employees and talk to them a little bit with our fire department, orienting them what's going on and talking to them, our police department. So how about if we take just a couple of minute break and we can let everybody leave? All right, so recess.
Can we leave too?
No. Oh.
Yeah, you could.
White, like,